I don't like a lot of elected officials. I could probably count on 2-3 fingers the amount of elected officials that are actually worth a damn, and right here is one of them. Madison Cawthorn, one of the most based individuals in the fucking world, had this to say about Zelensky, bucking the trend of many of his other establishment fuck failures in the GOP party. He's not one of them, though. Representative Cawthorn calls Zelensky a thug and the Ukrainian government incredibly evil. Where's the lie? Madison Cawthorn said Ukrainian Prime Minister Volodymyr Zelensky is a thug and denigrated the Ukrainian government, but not the Ukrainian people. Leave that up to Democrats when they're pillorying their opponents. Karl Rove, a Republican strategist, first mentioned Cawthorn made the remarks while speaking to a crowd in Asheville, North Carolina, by the way. Recently, before WRAL-TV published footage of the first-term lawmaker speaking, remember that Zelensky is a thug, Cawthorn has been seen saying. Remember that the Ukrainian government is incredibly corrupt and is incredibly evil and has been pushing woke ideologies. It really is a new woke world empire. Yes. Where's the lie? And again, that's why Zelensky's approval ratings are through the fucking floor even before the invasion, because he came in on this I'm pro-Ukrainian, me big former actor, I'm gonna come in, I'm going to be like Trump. Remember, he just a former reality TV person. I am exactly same way. I make Ukraine great again. But then you immediately try to sell out to the European Union, to NATO, and all of the other globalist cabals, because just like your predecessor, you're corrupt as a motherfucker, dude. So he's calling it out, and I'm glad some people don't have short-term fucking memory loss. Other GOP lawmakers were quick to denounce Cawthorn's statement, accusing him of favoring Russian President Vladimir Putin. Where in there does he say anything about Putin? Exactly. These people, all they have is whataboutism. Let's see. Oh my fucking God. Like 90% of the country is with Ukrainians and opposed to Putin, said Senator Lindsey Graham when he's not trying to text out death threats against Putin, who last week came under fire for calling for the Russian Brutus to assassinate Putin. So when you see a member of Congress say things like this, the one thing I want you to know, they're outliers. Yes, because there's always sensibility in the mob. Always trust the mob. 90% of people agree with me, and 90% of 100% of corporations are on our side. So why are you trying to break ranks? We're just trying to go to war and make a lot of money, goddammit. To my colleagues in the House, I would push back and say it's not Ukraine that is invading Russia. Thanks, Joni Ernst. Stuff it up your box. It is Russia invading Ukraine. Cool. Thanks for your third grade interpretation of this conflict. The big country is invading the little country. Oh, that's just Kamala Harris's script when she's talking to the Breakfast Club because she thinks that black people are retarded. Two North Carolina Republicans hoping to defeat Cawthorn in the GOP primaries later this year also took the opportunity to condemn Cawthorn's remarks. Good luck! Let's be clear. Said State Senator Chuck Edwards on Twitter. The thug is Vladimir Putin. Again, Cawthorn talking about Putin. Nowhere in his statements, just saying that the Ukrainian government is corrupt, which is provable. But no. Putin bad. You can see the thought process of these fucking weasels. We must unite as a nation to pray for Vladimir Zelensky. He's not a god, you fucking weirdo. And the brave people of Ukraine who are fighting for their lives and their freedom to make as much money off the back of the government like every other member of the Ukrainian parliament. I do not understand how anyone in American public office could call Zelensky a thug. Well, I could. While Ukraine is under such villainous or vicious assault, cool, said Michelle Woodhouse. That's a woman. I don't care. Conservatives in my district are terrified that we will lose this Republican seat to a leftist Biden Democrat if Cawthorn somehow wins the nomination. No, that's not the case. Cawthorn's hilarious. He's popular, and he's a fucking winner. Unlike these bootlickers. Oh, we're the Republican Party. We're the real Republican Party. Remember, we like to lose with dignity. Fuck off. The actions of Putin and Russia are disgusting, Cawthorn said on Twitter on March 10th, the same day the footage was released. But leaders, including Zelensky, should not push misinformation on America. There you go. Pretty obvious take. Hey, and look at, he actually mentioned Putin in there. Really looks like he's fucking sucking the foot to the fucking tiny, angry Russian man, right? Huh. I'm praying for Ukraine and the Ukrainian people. There you go. Talks about the distinction between Ukrainian people, which I have big support for, and then the Ukrainian government, which could all die in a fucking fire for as little as I care. But leaders, including Zelensky, are retarded. Pray also, we are not drawn into conflict based on foreign leaders pushing misinformation. Again, what's wrong with this take? It is completely and totally truthful and honest. Cawthorn's office didn't respond to a request for comment because he has nothing to comment on. Hey, take a look at what I said. I think it's pretty fucking obvious. Cawthorn is one of the few GOP lawmakers to have criticized Ukraine, though a large member of Congress on both sides. Shouldn't that, you know, just tip you off that the uniparty's in full action on this one? They're bipartisan. Oh, we're just against the damn leftist rhetoric and everything that they do with evil. Until they all want to go to war, then all of a sudden, doom, 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 doom. Everybody's just out there beating the war drums. Nobody else, just a little bit of, hey, what the fuck is going on here? And even, right, because the historically anti-war left, boy, are they quiet on this situation. They ain't saying a fucking thing about it. No, they're just all falling in line like good little soldiers, right? We're going to try to stay on point on this one. We're going to stay with what Madison Cawthorn has been saying and what he's been doing. Oh my God, can you believe this? Madison Cawthorn claimed he carried weapons in his wheelchair on January 6th to arm those around him, an unearthed clip of a phone call. Can you believe he brought weapons in his wheelchair? How many could he carry in his wheelchair to Congress that day? Do you remember what happened on January 6th? He was in the House of Representatives, you know, the House of Congress that wasn't breached by any insurrectionists. I know they're trying to drum up here by saying that, oh, he was bringing in weapons for those evil people who came in with all the zip ties and all of the guys who just stayed within the nice velvet ropes. But anyways, no, he's the bad guy on this one. And take a look where all of this new information, this unearthed clip came from. Madison Cawthorn said he carried multiple weapons in his wheelchair during the Capitol riot on January 6th into last year. A newly unearthed video released on Monday. The freshman lawmaker, 26, and he's still on point. He has a long career ahead of him, if he wants it. Admitted that both he and fellow pro-Trump newcomer Representative Lauren Boebert were armed that day. Huh. It's almost like they had a concealed carry permit or something like that. No, Lauren Boebert does. I'd imagine he probably did as well. Huh. Okay, cool. But he and Boebert assumed office 3 days before Donald Trump supporters violently stormed the U.S. Capitol in a bid to overturn President Joe Biden's electoral victory, which is true and honest and upstanding. Don't you dare fucking question it, because 81 million people legitimately and honestly voted for the most popular president ever. Unearthed video clip comes from conservative activist Charlie Kirk. You know, that had to unearth a video clip from the Charlie Kirk show. You know, the motherfucker who runs Turning Point USA. Unearthed clip, huh? You're doing the Lord's work. The specific clip, it appears Kirk has Cawthorn on the line at the same time the rioters had breached the Capitol's initial defenses and were scaling the walls. Sure they were. Asked if he was safe at the moment, Cawthorn said he was, but continued, as you know, I believe in the Second Amendment, as well as a lot of other members. Sounds like he was definitely terrified about the situation. That means he probably knew something. So we are armed. We're in safe locations. Can't disclose where, the GOP firebrand said. In another portion of the roughly a minute-long video, Kirk asked Cawthorn to confirm he and Boebert were armed. Thanks to you and Lauren Boebert, you guys are armed right now, right? That's a new thing, Kirk said. Cawthorn, seemingly hesitant at first, replied, yes, indeed. You know, obviously, having a wheelchair, I'm able to carry multiple weapons. That's at one time. Oh my God. So you know everyone around me is armed. Oh my God. Again, it's a wheelchair. It's not like he was fucking dragging around a trailer with him on the back of it, you fucking weirdos. North Carolina legislator claimed an armed society is a polite society. Oh, that's catchy. Was he the first person to ever say that? Even as rioters were shattering the U.S. Capitol glass windows and some wandered its halls, chanting, hang Mike Pence. Some, yes, exactly. And all of those chants were definitely caught on video and recordings. Wait, they weren't? Okay, cool. But at least a lot of guns of a lot of armed people there to enforce the polite society were recovered. Oh, wait, no? Oh, okay, cool. So again, just try to fearmonger and then just try to paint Madison Cawthorn as just some kind of extremist. He's a 26-year-old wheelchair-bound, good-looking white guy. Not like I'm trying to pick him up. All I'm just saying is I have eyes, obviously. We need people like him. Okay, independent thinkers, America First proponents, not Nick Fuentes Catboy America First, okay? Legitimate people who are on target, win primaries, win elections in 2022, because if it's just going to be another one of those rounds of the blue side votes for the blue candidate and the red side votes for the red candidate, you're going to end up with a situation wherever there's a contentious fucking topic, okay, where everybody just piles on the pro-war or whatever, the old establishment talking points, because they're all just going to line up because they don't want to ruffle any feathers. You get too many of those establishment types take office, you're no further ahead. And the same type of corrupt policies and prolonged conflicts continue to happen over and over and over again. But every once in a while, there are a couple of useful idiots, and I actually got a story about a couple of them and making some good decisions in some unexpected places. So, with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. Why don't you follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.